Buen día, Alaska 283, 5,600 climbing 180. Alaska 283, go for 180, radar contact time to 180,000. Flight down to Alaska. Contact, go for 100.6, that's the level. 19,600 level.
All right, I believe we're up. Hey everybody, welcome aboard. Captain Mike here. I did some work to the flight deck today. I'm back in X-Plane 12. I put in the latest and greatest from Zibo-Mod 4.04. Duncan sent me an update for the MCP EFIS, so I got that in. I've got the ZHSI all up to date. Had to make a couple of changes to my night lighting edits. I'm going to see if this is any better. And I figured why not do a run from Chicago into Newark, which is really going to show off the night lighting as long as the weather's going to hold out and give us a decent view. Hey Sam, how's it going? For you it's morning, for me it's nighttime. Let's see, what time is it? It's 5:13 p.m. Well, we're just getting ready to hit nighttime. Late afternoon now for us. But hope you're having a good morning. Alright, with that, everything is all pretty much programmed. Since I'm unable to give you the charts in the back because of the battery is dead, I had to plug this back in. I got everything set up so you don't have to sit here and watch me program everything. So with that said, I do believe we're ready to call for push. Chicago ground, good evening, United 2115 at gate Charlie 29 with Echo, ready for push and start.
United 2115, Chicago ground, push and start approved, tail west.
Alright, so we're good for push and start, so let's get that clock going, and let's release the brake.
Starting pushback, and you may start engines.
Alright, pack switches are off. Pressure's good. And anti-collision lights on. You should be off actually. And we're starting number 2.
360, Mach decimal 8 is 0. And we're estimating burn, just give us a second here, it's not coming up yet.
I'm not going to hold that. My shoulder's been bugging me. Well, I went on Discord and I became friends with somebody that was on there, but we haven't done anything about Discord at all. Alright, that's stable. Gen 2 is on. We'll check it. Isolation is closed. Get the pack open. Pressure's good. We're going to start number 1 now.
Buenos días, American. 310, 4,000 for 10,000, that's the one.
Operation complete. Set parking station.
Good morning, buenos días, San Juan, November 65, 0, Mike, 7.6 for 10, 10,000. Level 400, 550.
That should be, change my number here. Wonder why I did that. Interesting. And that's stable. That's good.
So is disconnected and bypass bin has been removed. Hand signal will be on the left. We'll see you next time. Have a safe flight.
Yeah, the camera's I moved it up a little bit closer, seeing how I didn't have the screens back there for this ride. Alright, so the tow is gone. So let's get TA auto, and let me have. I may have to work on my taxi lighting. That might be a bit too bright still. I didn't do too much to the aircraft, but I think I may have to tone that down a little bit. Chicago ground, United 2115 at gate Charlie 29, looking to go to taxi to runway 22 left. Right, we want 22 left. Yes, 22 left. Hey, Subby Steve, how's it going? Hope you're having a good one.
15 taxi to runway 22 left via uniform Golf Tango Tango Bravo Echo Echo November. Contact tower on 126.8 when ready for departure.
I cleared a taxi to 22 left via uniform Golf Tango Tango Bravo Echo Echo November. Contact tower on 126.8 when ready for departure. Alright, so he's got us going Golf. He's got us coming around the other way now. We're going to take uniform around. We're going to take uniform to Bravo to Victor, to 22 left. All right, let's go. He's got us taking the scenic route here. It's going to be a long enough taxi as it is. They want to make it longer. Yeah, they want us to loop all the way around the other way. Front light does a little bit too much jiggling there. Don't know if I have control over that. I mean, I can see it move a little bit from the ground, vibrations and whatnot, but that's a bit much.
Center, good morning, Falcon 114 Bravo Delta 6300 for 10,000 flat. Climate change 4004 Bravo Delta.
American 490, contact center 126.45.
A lot of aircraft in Chicago. Looks nice and full. Looks pretty nice.
Good morning, up to 320, we're at 6.7, record is 1604.
All right, here we're gonna stay this way.
Flight 109, contact center 126.45.
Interesting. Looks like I have some rain in the front window. No rain on the sides. Laminar Research, man. They got to start working on their networking. And I want uniform. They haven't done anything with networking to take care of a lot of stuff that's been broken since day one, but you can fly with Austin now. They got a new demo area. And they're getting more like MS 2020 with research and recovery and all this other stuff. And uniform is the next one. Yet we don't have networking, something that's been broken since day one. And when you bring it up, their remark is, "Oh, stop beating a dead horse." Well, maybe if you fixed the horse, we wouldn't have to beat it anymore. At the expo last year, Ben said Q3. So, although I guess in Ben's defense, he didn't say what year. So, could be 2025, could be 2026, 27, maybe it'll be out before 2028 gets out of Microsoft Flight Simulator. Who knows? Matter of fact, I don't even think they talk about it anymore. It was on their list, then it made it to the bottom of their list, and all of a sudden, they didn't even talk about it no more. Alright, here we got Alpha 7 to Bravo, yes. I didn't even install that beta. I looked at what was in it. I didn't even bother. So I'm not using the latest and greatest from X-Plane. Figured everything in here is working nice, and I'm not going to take a chance if they don't have anything in there that resemble networking or some type of fix for flickers. Alright, we're going to take Bravo to Victor now. See the Chicago skyline out in the distance. Looks pretty cool. Bravo to Victor. Yes, Victor 1. Nope, Victor. Ooh, easy there, Louise. See, every now and then she jumps like she's getting an erroneous command from the tiller for no reason. Oh, I think I missed a whole bunch of text on the taxi out as I was ranting yet again about Laminar. I'm sure they're going to get it right one day. And I will be jumping up and down for joy. But if you don't run networking, if you don't run multiple computers, you don't know the pain. If you do, then you absolutely know what I'm talking about. Alright, and I do believe we have the next right. And this is Victor. And this puts us on Victor. Little flicker there. And then Victor will take this down to Victor 7, make the right. And we should be good to go on 22 left. I kicked up the color a little bit in here as well on the outside. Just a little bit, and I brightened it up some.
Center UPS 340, vacating 370.
Couple of flickers there. Oh, easy there, Louis. You take your southwest. Slow down there, buddy. And do we switch over to Towers 119? And we're coming down further.
This is flight 129, center climb, maintain flow 360. Level 330, approaching flight 129. 360.
That was a 12-minute taxi, and they wanted us to go the other way. That would have been even longer.
United 2115, contact tower on 126.8, safe flight.
Going to tower 126.8, United 2115. Good night.
2185, contact approach 109.4.
And what did he say? 126.8, he said. Let me get up here. Let's get set. Yeah, set the brake. Pick up. I think I missed a whole bunch of text here on the way out.
So in the morning, Alaska 283, passing 2,800 for 18000.
All right. Yeah. Let's see. What did I miss?
This is the 18000 Alaska 283.
No chicken palm tonight, Steve. Actually, I'm fending for myself, actually. How long is this flight? In the real world, Steve, they did this in 2 hours and 1 minute was the flight time. So, yeah, chicken palm. See, now you're going to have, see, now I want chicken palm, man. How's it going, Memphis? Welcome, man. The giggle physics? Yeah, physics? Yeah. Oh, I like X-Plane at night, man. It really looks great. Oh, we had, she made sauce meatballs the first night with that squiggly macaroni. That was great. The second night she picked up a big loaf of Italian bread. I made French bread pizza. So there's still a little sauce left and a couple of meatballs. I may have that on an English muffin later. Let's see, who else did I miss? The taxi looks like a checkerboard. That's probably the way the graphics are at the airport, I would imagine. I don't know what it looks like in the real world because I've never been to Chicago. So, Sweden, wow, you're a ways off. How's it going, Mr. Anton? And Brian, how's it going? For me, yeah, afternoon. Yeah, it's just, well, yeah, it's still afternoon, late afternoon for me as well. All right, kick the tires. Yep, I hear you. All right, no mozzarella. Kick the tires. Yep, and I think I'm all caught up here. All right. Chicago Tower, United 2115, ready for departure. Holding short, runway 22 left.
United 2115, Chicago Tower, runway 22 left, winds 215 at 8. Fly heading 220, cleared for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, United 2115. Let's get you going, TARA, and let's have a peek.
Cabin is secured. Have a good flight.
10 notifications complete. Exterior lights as needed. We are good. Engine start select is continuous. Auto throttle is armed. Transponders TARA auto. Parking brake release 40%, and we're on our way. All right. And I want 22. 22 is, which is 22. I want 22. Just 22 right here.
2 left.
Yep, that's the one I want. Let's come all the way out here. I want all this runway. I want it all. I'm greedy. I want it all. All right, we're at 40%.
Runways. On runway 22 left.
Stable, toga. Thrust set. Airspeed active. Check. Throttle hold. We're stable through 80.
V1, rotate. Positive brake.
Gear up. Should be a pretty cool view out that left window.
United 2150, contact departure on 133.625.
Contact departure on 133.625, United 2115. Good night. Departure, United 2115, with you, climbing through 2700 for 4,000 inbound Duffee. And we don't need that.
United 2115, Chicago departure, radar contact clear, direct Duffee, climb and maintain flight level 200.
Climb, maintain flight level 200, United 2115. Chicago looks rather nice. So we're going to head out over the water and then we're going to make a right. Flaps 1. And we are direct Duffee. Flaps up. And you can have it. Nice view out that window. Very nice. Hope you can see the skyscrapers out there. They look rather nice. Nah, Steve, I hear you. It never gets old, my friend. Never. Oh, thanks, Jack Barth. What was that, Jack Barth? From the Netherlands. Ooh. Yeah, the Flightdeck was made by Flightdeck Solutions. It's a Canadian company that makes hardware for commercial entities now. So I was fortunate enough to buy this 10 years ago, new from them.
United 2115, climb and maintain flight level 250.
Climb, maintain flight level 250, United 2115. All right, we got a right-hand turn coming up here. If we don't hit any clouds, we might have a decent view of Chicago on that turn. But that looked pretty good on the way out. I kicked up the color. I got to see if it might be a little bit too much for the camera. Doesn't look too bad for me, though. But it might be a little strong on the camera. So what are we looking at here? We are inbound Duffee, got another 27 miles to go. At Duffee, we should have 15.7 on the fuel. We're at 16.8. We should have 10.5 when we get into Newark. We got another 630 miles to go. 75 miles to top of climb. EGT, N1, fuel flow, oil pressure, temperature, quantity, that's all looking pretty good. And we're at 10. And we're climbing up beautifully. Let's have a peek. Autopilot's engaged. 10 notification is complete. Cabin pressurization and temperature. We're going to monitor that. Engine bleeds are on. Pack switches to auto. APU is off. Exterior lights as needed. We are good. Auto brake selector is off. Landing gear is up and off. And we're not at standard pressure yet. But after that, it's basically... Whoa! What? Oh, what happened to my... Let's see if it's going to pick that up. Oh! Hey, good thing I'm on oxygen. What happened to my cruise altitude, man? It took it out completely. You know, it made another change in here as well. Climb maintain flight level 310, United 2115. Yeah, I know. That'll catch up. That'll catch up. There you go. That caught up. Interesting. I don't know why it did that. Hope it didn't fool with anything else in here. Well, this is the first time that I'm using Zibo-Mod 4.04. So, hopefully that's a one-time fluke with that. So, this is a one-time run here. Hopefully that's all we're going to run into on the way out. I'll take the weather now. You can have the terrain. That'll wake you up. Good thing I'm on oxygen already. Oh, man, you're out in the falls? Nice. Tony, it's hard for me to see. The screen is real small here. Tony Hartley. Oh, Sports Gaming Network. Okay, cool, man. Welcome aboard. Yeah, Steve. I don't know what happened to the cruise altitude, what happened there, but that's fixed. People in first class right by the door going, hey, what is that? Especially those that fly Flight Simulator. All right, we're at 18 here. Oh, it's just going to be altimeter. We're going to set that to standard, and then basically it's monitor, and then plan the arrival. Oh, we got a view of Chicago out there in the distance. That's a pretty decent view. I don't know if the camera's picking it up, though. It may not be.
United 2115, climb and maintain flight level 330.
Climb, maintain flight level 330, United 2115. Do you follow the NFL? No, not so much anymore. Ever since they started taking a knee, I stopped watching, and I just realized, at that point, wow. My Sundays, my Mondays, and my Thursdays were kind of freed up. I got a lot of stuff done. So, and I just kind of never went back. I'll watch a game here and there. But for the most part, not so much. But it gives me more time for flight simming, though, which is pretty cool. Here we go. Decent view there. Contact Chicago Center, 128.65, United 2115. Chicago Center, United 2115, with you, climbing through 21.3 for 33,000. Inbound Unba. And we are heading 97 now. So once we clip Unba, we'll be on the airway. Devon. Oh, the Devon 737 project, man. You do any flying today? It's always a good day when you can get some flying in. Always. Actually, my wife's a Jets fan. I was a Giant fan because I was born and raised in Brooklyn. So, for me, I was Giants. Giants, Yankees, Rangers. My wife is the exact opposite. She is Jets, Mets, and Islanders. So, go figure. But if the Yankees couldn't be in the playoffs in the World Series, I didn't, let it be the Mets. I may be a Yankee fan, but I'm a New York fan. So if it can't be the Yankees, let it be the Mets. Same thing with the Giants. If it can't be the Giants, let it be the Jets. Or Buffalo, for that matter. Buffalo's part of New York. So I wasn't one of those crazy fans. Matter of fact, growing up, I had a silk Mets jacket and a silk Yankee jacket. I've been to both games. But I'm definitely more of a Yankee fan than a Met fan. But the games I went to was a long time ago. Rusty Staub was playing, you know. Who else did you have back then that was playing for the Mets? What's his face? Darryl Strawberry. Mookie, was Mookie there? Keith Hernandez. Way back when. Long time ago. Yeah, that was pretty cool. And we also got to go to the Subway Series when the Yankees were playing the Mets, my wife and I. I had my Yankee stuff on. She had her Mets stuff on. You know. Matter of fact, I still have my Subway Series hat. It's a blue one, and it's got a picture of it's got the Subway car you know, braided on it with the series on it. Subway Series. Pretty cool. You know what? We can let them run around. It's pretty smooth. What are we looking at here at Unba? We should have 14.6 on the fuel. We're 15.5 right now. We should have 10.5 when we get into Newark. Got another 34 miles to top of climb. 580 to go. And coming into Newark, in the real world, they were coming down from the north. So we're basically going to swing up, head basically towards Teterboro, and have a nice right looping hand turn as we come into Newark. So there should be a decent view out that right window as long as the weather cooperates this ride. Oh, I just feel my voice change. Another one of my parting gifts. Nice. Very nice. I don't think I have enough room for their training camp in my backyard. How did I get into flight simulation, Devon? Oh man, long time ago. I remember I was just a kid working in a gas station. I might have been 16 at the time. And Microsoft Flight Simulator came out for the Tandy 1000 computer. And I ran out to 86th Street to the Radio Shack and had me a copy. I was hooked from that day going forward. Oh yeah. I was hooked going forward. And then any and all simulators for flight simulation that got released, I pretty much purchased. I have a whole bunch of 5 1/4 inch diskettes, the hard 3 1/2 inch diskettes, flight simulation, air traffic control, that kind of stuff. Whole big box. But back then, you used to come in a box. You used to get a manual. Some of the manuals are like this, I mean, pretty thick. Back then, you had to go to the store to go buy it. You couldn't just go online and pick it out. So, I've made many trips into Manhattan. Going up on the 3rd floor. I think it was B&H Photo. Up on the 3rd floor is where they had all their software, titles. One whole section had all flight simming and gaming stuff on it. Used to take the train out to the city way back when. Yeah, Tandy. Actually, the flight simulation, I still have the book, actually. The book is sitting right there on my desk. It's a Microsoft flight simulator for the Tandy 1000, the 1200 HD, and the 2000 computer. Actually, I had little pull-out maps. Little black and white book, but it was all stick figures back then. And man, has it grown. One of my favorites was Gunship 2000. You were a helicopter pilot and you were just in wartime. That was a pretty cool program. Yeah, I have all that stuff in Tupperware boxes. All tucked away. All that stuff's practically brand new. My nephews will probably throw it in the garbage after we pass, but they're there now. They'll probably never be worth anything with all the copies that were made. But all right, we're coming up on cruise now. That's 33 minutes from the gate to get up to 33,000 feet. And we entered the runway 18 minutes ago. And what are we looking at here? We've got another 542 miles to go to Newark. We'll have 10.6 in the fuel when we get in, if I can put it down. And we've got 14.8 on the fuel right now. Oil pressure, temperature, quantity, vibration, all that's looking pretty good. Pressure's looking good. Temperature's looking pretty good. So we are getting whacked a little bit with the winds. It keeps up. I'm going to put them back in their seats. We're rocking a little bit here. And we got a 73 knot tailwind. I don't usually get a tailwind helping us out here. But you know what? I'm going to get them back in their seats until this thing mellows out. That should be in range now. See, I put them back in their seats. It's starting to mellow out now. We'll give it a couple of minutes before we let them out of their seats here. All right, Unba, 14.5. We're at 14.7, and that puts us on the airway. Oh, no, this has been a pretty good run from cold and dark to where I am now. Couple of minor things. But I want to go back and see if that was a one-time fluke. And Pickatanga did some work to the MCP EFA script. So now the vertical speed goes up in increments of 50 now, which is pretty cool. And he added a camera, actually, to the lower display in the EFIS that he has been maintaining. Tell you, the guy's busy. Giving it all away as freeware, too, man. That's pretty cool. Falcon 4, yeah, I think that's, yeah, it's a fighter jet game. I probably have it. Was it like an F4 Falcon? I probably have it. Matter of fact, I think I could picture the book being about that fat. Might be light gray in color if I remember correctly. But yeah, I remember that. I should leave all my diskettes out every now and then. Pop them out. I should build an old computer that can run that stuff. But I'd have to go and find a 5 1/4 inch drive and a 3 1/2 inch diskette drive to install into a computer. Could probably find the converter connectors to plug them into the motherboard nowadays. Then I could pull out some of those old titles and see just how nasty the graphics were, but yet we thought they were amazing back then because they were state of the art. All right, 102, and we're going to 95, and Cliff, 14.5, fuel's right on the money. So we got another 400 miles to top of descent, 5:15 to go. So we're looking at about 45 minutes. We'll be on our way down. What are we cruising at here? We want to pump that up. Now, you know what? I'm going to leave it because I want to see just how close we come to this 2-hour and 1-minute ride that United did.
United 2115 Chicago Center, contact Cleveland Center on 134.65.
I'll contact Cleveland Center 133.65, 13465, United 2165. Cleveland Center, good evening, the United 2115 with you, flight level 330 inbound CRL. All right. Yeah, the floppy disk, man. And the 3.5-inch diskettes were pretty cool. I bought the 360 packs because they were cheaper than the 720s, and then I just cut a notch on the other side of the plastic. I usually did it with scissors. I mean, I butchered the thing. I didn't have one of those punches eventually that they made to turn them. I just took a pair of scissors, cut a notch in the side, and then just bent it back and forth until it snapped off. After I wrote on both sides, if I wanted to just block it, I would just put a piece of tape over it. So it worked out pretty good, and I saved half the money back then. And I probably still have a whole bunch of them in the box. I could show you with them mutilated on the one side. Not too. For me? What do you got now? Thought I did all my pills for today. Oh yeah, okay, yeah, it's Friday. Yep, I forgot. Oh, it's a pretty cool view of the city down there, lit up nicely. I don't think the camera's getting it though. Oh yeah, I'm telling you, I have a box that's about that long with floppy disks that are jammed in together, nice and tight. That's how many are in there. Whole bunch of stuff. I've also purchased a whole bunch of, I don't know if you remember Sierra. I believe they were a California company. They made a whole bunch of different games. Police Quest. I purchased those. They were pretty cool. Space Quest. They were pretty cool. And who was it? Leisure Shoot Larry, I think, was another one that they made. Successful series because they made like 2, 3, and 4 of them way back when. I've got them all. Now I think you can play them online. I think if you go to old games or something, or type in Sierra old games, you can probably find them. Play them online. That should be in range now, and that's 6. All right. So we're about 35 miles out of Calden, if you know the area. Hillsdale, Muni, Ann Harbor. I don't know if you know the area, but that'll give you an idea of where we are. But we still have a ways to go. 365 to Newark, or 477 to Newark, 365 the top of descent. You have all those games, all the boxes, all the books. Traycon, I have that. ATC assignment from Sublogic, a whole bunch of stuff from Sublogic. That's going back to when Bruce Otwick was the man, before Bruce sold it to Microsoft Flight Simulator. Oh, did they become Activision? They still in California? I know they were in California way back when. Still got a decent view of the city lights down there on the right. A little bit down here in front of us, but you can see the clouds are starting to build up a little bit. Yeah, I'll get to them in a minute. She's checking up on me. She wants me to take my pills. Yeah, they were pretty much the go-to guys, you know, for gaming back then. They made a lot of good stuff. You look at the stuff now and you go like, wow, that's pretty bad. But back then, that was state-of-the-art stuff. All right, we've been passed over. We're into Cleveland now. Let me go take my pills. I'll be right back. Oh, I hate those meds. It's been real nasty around here with the weather. Looked like London not that long ago, early in the morning. You couldn't see your hand in front of you. There was so much fog. Messes with my breathing. 103. So I'd have to do these treatments. And, I hate them. So here's my first book. Microsoft Flight Simulator for the Tandy 1000 to 1200 HD in the 2000 computer. And let's see, what's the copyright date in here? Copyright Bruce A. Artwick, 1982, 1984, 1985. So I bought this in 1985. It's got some charts in here. You can pull out some pull-out maps that unfold out, if I can get them to unfold. Way back when. Frequencies, positions, pretty cool. And then that's where the disc came. The disc came sealed inside this little package right here in a license agreement, right in the back. And that's what it looked like. I don't know if you can see that with the monochrome, basically 4 colors, stick figures, and you could actually go into battle with a World War I fighter race in a game there and do some little shooting down stuff. So, which was pretty cool. I don't know how close I can get where it'll still be in focus though, but I can't tell because there's a delay between what I see down here and when I actually do it. So, but yeah, this is old. My very first flight simulator game that's responsible for all this. Many, many, many moons ago. Yeah, it was some pretty cool times. And back then, I think my mom paid like $3,000 for a 10X 386 computer. So we were the hit of the freaking neighborhood. People would come over because we'd play games on that sucker. And I think we went from monochrome screen to a VGA. I don't know if it was 16 colors it went to, or 256 back then. It made a little bit of a jump. So we spent hours on that thing. Flying? Oh yeah, I've been flying. If not in simulator, I started flying before I met my wife in the real world. Out in Teterboro. Teterboro is where I took my very first ride. I had an intro flight. I think it was like, I don't know, 25 bucks. You know, they took you up, you flew around for a little bit, they let you play around with the controls. I was like, yeah, I like this. That was it, I was hooked. But I just couldn't deal with the traffic going through Manhattan, you know, to get all the way up. So I switched over to MacArthur. Riding on the Bell Parkway was a lot nicer into the Southern State Parkway, going out to Long Island. So then I spent the rest of my time out there with American Flyers. Played some of the other games, but not like this. Oh, the battery's starting to get charged here, it looks like. So maybe my next ride I'll be able to put stuff behind the seats again. Battery's starting to build back up. How are we looking here? Temperature is fine. Oil pressure, temperature, quantity, vibrations, EGT, that's all looking pretty good. And we're coming into Kehoe. That should be into range, 104. Kehoe 13.1, we've got 13.5, and we'll have 13.3 when we get in. 295 miles, top of descent, 408 to go. We get in at 10, it's 9:08, so another 50 odd minutes. I think the big advantage they have with the games nowadays is VR and the headsets. I mean, that'll just take you to a whole new universe, man. My nephews had one of those zombie games. I remember when I put the headset on my very first time, I was like, wow, you got to be kidding me. He's like, just start shooting. All of a sudden, you see these zombies coming at you, and it's like, I'm sitting there in the living room doing this stuff. Actually hurt my shoulder playing that thing, man. That would be the next sim that I think I would build. I probably wouldn't put that on YouTube or anything because it wouldn't be much to see, but virtual reality headset sitting in a helicopter setup, you know, with the seat, the cyclic, and the rudder pedals with the toe brakes and all that. Because once you have the helicopter up and running with all the button switches and dials, your feet and your hands are done, you know. Well, here, yeah, it would be the left hand on this side, but that side, you know, everything's being used. So from that point going forward, you wouldn't really lose the immersion wearing the 3D headset, you know, the VR headset. So that's got to look pretty amazing in MS 2024. But you'd really need a really nice setup, though. And the aircraft that are in 2024 really need to be nice. You know, they need to mimic the real deal, or at least be pretty close to it, so they're enjoyable. What did I miss here? You know what? I tried some of the old ones. They won't run on the new sim. Some of my old flight simulator stuff, I was like, wow, I can imagine the freaking no stutters with this. Yeah, it's like, nope. I'd have to reinstall an old version of Windows in order to get some of that stuff to work, unfortunately. But and then some of the older Windows, they had limitations as far as the hard drives, how big they could be. Right? You couldn't just go in there and say, hey, here's a 2 terabyte drive. Contact Cleveland Center on 127.9 or United 2115. Good night. Cleveland Center, good evening. United 2115 with you. Flight level 330 inbound Kehoe.
United 2115, Cleveland Center, identified. Good morning.
Yeah, they were some pretty great times. Gunship 2000, though, that was probably one of my all-time favorites. Just destroying tanks on the ground. Pretty cool. All right, Kehoe, 13-1 on the fuel. We're 13-2 right now. 265 top of descent, 375 to go just about. So, just about 50 minutes we'll be in. Oh, with the VR stuff, you almost broke your head. Yeah, I could imagine tripping over the furniture. I wonder how many people actually got seriously hurt putting on that headset and getting into that game a little bit too seriously. Oh, hey, who's that? Ziva 747? Yeah, I prefer X-Plane 12 night lighting over MS 2020. Since I don't have 2024 because they don't have an offline option, and PMDG 737 is just not workable just yet. So, but I prefer the night writings in X-Plane 12 because I have better control over the night lighting between reshade and me editing the night files themselves. I have so much more control over the night lighting than I do in 2020 or even 2024, I would imagine. Just gives me a nicer view. So, and I'm just fortunate enough with a Flightdeck can switch between 2020 and X-Plane relatively easy. Got 5 cables I got to switch over, and that's it. I'm done. Takes about a half a minute. So, not too bad. Yeah, and back then you had 32-bit programs, right? You didn't even have the 64-bit programs, and you ran into memory issues. Yep. Yeah. Shotgun, there you go, Richie, you're in. Shadow's not here tonight, so. Yeah, Sam, those are some pretty cool times, man. Albuquerque to Houston, nice. That's a pretty cool run. Racing sim, yeah, I did that as well. Matter of fact, I think my first really big, purchase was for a Thomas steering wheel. I don't know if you know that company, but they made a heavy-duty steering wheel. You had the paddle shifters if you want, the brake, clutch, and gas pedal on the ground on a heavy-duty block that didn't go anywhere. And it was Ethernet connection all the way around. Rather nice. I used to do some NASCAR racing back then. And with that steering wheel set up as tight as it was, you could sit there with cars all around you in a group, and you sit there like this with the steering wheel coming around the turns, and that puppy was just like beautiful. Nothing come close to it. I couldn't race, with a joystick or a keyboard like that, nowhere near as well as with that Thomas steering wheel setup. That was pretty amazing. I still have it. I just don't have any desk to hook it up to because it came with an L bar because it sat on your desk and the bar went underneath and you had this little thing to tighten it up to keep it from moving. And then the cable went down to where the brake and the throttle, the gas pedal and the clutch were. I don't remember what NASCAR I was racing. There was a few of them. There was a few different ones that were rather nice. The graphics were pretty cool. I haven't done any racing in a long time, though. Long time. I don't even know if the Thomas Steering Wheel Company's still around. They might be. I don't know. And then I picked up the, what was it, Truck Simulator 2. That was pretty cool. And again, I used the Thomas steering wheel and the brake clutch setup to drive those trucks around. That was a pretty cool simulator. The graphics were actually rather nice. So with the seats, yeah, that's pretty cool, Steve. That's pretty wild. Sick is right, yep. I think I had NASCAR up to about 80%. You know, you can go up to 100% of, like, you know, what the races would be. I couldn't, if I put it at 100%, I could never catch them. I could draft with them. Eventually, I would drift off and then drift with somebody else, catch up, drift. But I could never win. I could never pass them. Their lead of the pack at 100%. 80%, I had a shot. Sometimes I would win. A lot of times I would come in with the top 10. But anything above 80%, I was done. I just didn't have the skills, man. Even drafting, I'd be right on their bumper drafting. As soon as I pull out, I'd go around him a little bit, and then I'd just start drifting back. And then 2 or 3 guys be on his tail, and I'd lose 4 or 5 spots before I could get back in. So, I mean, it was fun, but it was just, after a while, it was like, these guys are just too good. I just couldn't do it at 100%. Did some online racing as well, instead of just NASCAR, for a little while. You know, all you got to do is when you get into those online races is just sit back, because the front of the pack, somebody's going to take out 8 or 10 cars, and then you just drift right on past them, and then you can start racing. That's the way it was back then. I don't know what it's like now. You had to work your way up. You know, if you were known as someone that was just bang, 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 you wouldn't make it up through the ranks. So, but by then I was pretty much getting bored with it. $9 a.m. Wow, yeah, it's early morning for you. For me, what am I looking at here? 6:16 p.m. Just almost dinner time. 4 hours ahead of us, yeah. Oh, Shadow's inside resting. We won't know for another, I don't know if it's a week or 10 days from now. I don't remember if his appointment was 10 or 14 days from his last radiation treatment. So we'll know in a couple of weeks. But I think that's more or less just a neurological test. And he seems like his own self. A little beat up, you know, you can tell looking at him. He looks a little beat up, a little older, you know, for the wear. But he's back to his own self. One of the female cats said here every now and then he'll freaking follow her around, try and, you know, play with her. She don't want to have nothing to do with him, but, you know, he's got that spunk. So I think the neurological test is going to come back pretty good, considering he temporarily lost his eyesight. Now it's all back. So the next thing that's going to come after that is going to be an MRI. And that's to determine whether or not the tumor's been canceled, you know, been killed, destroyed, whatever the case may be, or if he's going to need additional treatments. So, but he's looking pretty good right now. And from what they've been talking about with these SRS treatments, 3 treatments and you're done, because it's like high dose radiation, like right at the tumor from multiple angles. And then they have like a medium dose just outside the tumor, and then a low dose just outside of that, just in case. And they just hammer that freaking thing 3 times. We had to bring him back. So we'll see. From what the doctor said he might be good for another 30 months, if not more than that, even before he did the treatment, just looking at the MRI. So if we can get 30 months, that gets him to just about 13. So that's not too bad. 10 is a little bit too short. We lost 1 at 10 already, and I think that's a little bit too short. So if we can get him to 13, depending on his quality of life, that would be pretty cool. But right now, he's back to his old self. And he is really used to sleeping in our bed now. My wife sleeps here, I sleep here, he sleeps right in between us, and he has his own little pillow, believe it or not. It's one of those little Christmas pillows you'd put down that says Merry Christmas. If we flipped it over, it's in the middle, that's his pillow. He goes right to it every night. Puts his head on it and puts his paw on it like this to hold on to it, right in between us. And he's there all night long. Pretty cool. So, but if we can get another 30 months with him, that'd be pretty cool. But I really want to ask her about all the electronic equipment that's in here. Because not only do I have the computers going and all these button switches and dials and lights, we're in the garage, and the circuit breaker box is like right there. You know, right behind me, maybe 10 feet away. And when he's not in the flight deck, he's on the ground in his little box. He's probably 5 feet away. So just want to make sure that doesn't have anything to do with it, or may have not, or if it may have something to do with it, because from what I've been reading, brain tumors in cats are actually pretty rare. So if it is, then he's probably not going to be in the flight deck anymore, unless I can make him like an aluminum hat. I shouldn't kid around like that, but you know, but that would be the only way he would be back, if all this electronic stuff in here. Who knows what it's doing to me, but I'm more worried about him, being he's the one with the tumor. I just have a little lesion. He's got a tumor. So maybe I'm not as far along as he has. But if that's the case, then he probably won't be in here anymore, especially if it's going to increase his life expectancy. So, unfortunately. I would think it would be more from the circuit breaker panel back there and all the Jews coming into this house than anything, but who knows? Because he sits in that right seat quite often. He's getting hit from here, 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 you know. So we'll see what the doc says. Yeah, Shadow needs to get a job, man. Stop paying for his treatment. That stuff is expensive, man. Get him a paper route or something. Go around the neighborhood catching mice from the neighbors' homes. Get him an orange vest. Put him to work. Shadow's Mice Extermination Company. You got him, we'll get rid of him. Yeah, we'll know soon enough. But the main thing is that he's got his eyesight back and he's definitely looking spunky now, so that's a plus. So that's pretty cool. I hear you, Airsoft. Yeah, once they get locked into something, they get their mind set up, and it's like, yep, okay. They'll get their way eventually, you know? Got to get him a little shirt with 3 stripes on it. Get him a little hat that says retired. Oh, you're not kidding. Yeah, soft. We spent 30 grand on this cat. So my neighbors look at me like I'm crazy. But he's just lucky we have the money to do it. The funds are getting low, and they're all my funds. He basically wiped out my my motorized throttle quad fund, I had a computer fund for those 2 computers that need replacing because they're i9-11 10900s, and I wanted to replace 3 monitors because these are about 9 years old. They're getting a little tired, but they're all wiped out now. So, but if he can stick around for another 3 years, that's all right. I'll save up again. You know, it's not like I'm not flying. I still get to fly. I just won't have 5090s in the computers just yet. So that's all. Pest control. There you go. Oh, Steve, man, have a good day or night, man. I appreciate you stopping by for a little bit, enjoying the conversation. You know, definitely breaks the monotony. Me sitting up here at cruise, just staring at screens and monitoring systems, man. I appreciate it.
United 2115, contact Cleveland Center on 125.875.
Contact Cleveland Center on 125.875, United 2115. Good night. Cleveland Center, good evening. United 2115 with you. Flight level 330, inbound Zorbo.
United 2115, Cleveland Center, good morning.
Yeah, Shadow went blind for a few hours, if not a day, from partial blind to complete blindness. Lucky he got it back. And that was from the pressure from the tumor that just happened to just get to the point where the urinary tract infection caused enough inflammation to affect his eyesight with the pressure. So the UTI that he got might have been a freaking lucky break for him. You know? So we'll see. All right, Zobo. 11.9 on the field. We're 11.9. We've got 140 miles now, top of descent, and 252 to go. MLF 10 when we get into Newark, and about another half hour, 35 minutes, we should be there. Yeah, you're not kidding, Sam, and their family is right. You definitely get attached to them after 10 years.
2115, Cleveland Center. Expect the FQM3 arrival. I'll have you descending in about 15 minutes. Notify if you're ready to descend before that.
United 2115, we can expect the FQM3 arrival in about 10. All right.
United 2115, that's correct. You can expect the FQM3 arrival. Continue as planned.
Continue as planned, United 2115. Yeah, it's very expensive, no doubt about it, man. Yeah, me too. I hope the doctor says that none of these electrical stuff has anything to do with it. It was just a fluky kind of thing, but I don't know. We'll see, because then he can come back in here. I don't think I'll get him to wear an aluminum hat, though. He'll cut me. Ain't no doubt about it, man. Yeah, I got the camera in a new position. The lights set up a little different. And we're basically middle of the night over not much. We're in clouds, so you're really not even getting the ground scenery. On the way out, it looked pretty cool. The view on the way out looked nice. I don't know if the camera was a bit oversaturated or not, but we should have a decent view coming into Newark as well, because we're going to head on over to Teterboro and then swing that right-hand turn and come on down into 22 left. So we should have a pretty decent view. And that should be into view now, and that's 09. Oop, too far, Louis. 120 miles now, top of descent. We're getting there. Oh no, pretty cool ride. I thought you wanted me again. Thought I was on her radar. Oh, I am. I took him. I did it. making sure I'm not cheating on my meds. How come I use? Well, for a couple of reasons. One, I get mixed up every now and then, and I don't want to ruin somebody else's enjoyment that may be on VATSIM or IVAO. You know, especially if there's an event going on. You know, and this gives me complete coverage basically, no matter where I go, which is not going to happen on VATSIM. You know, I mean, unless you're in an event going to and from, and they've got centers set up, you know, along the route. So that's pretty much why. And this pretty much does what VATSIM does for the most part with AI. And with having XATC chatter mixed in, makes it a nice mix. Oh, you like the camera view there, Sam? Oh, that's good. Should make it a little bit easier for you to see what's around the flight deck and all the button switches and dials instead of it just being pitch black dark in here except for the lights. I can see it easy, but I know you guys probably can't. Yeah, I can. I just don't have a camera that's actually good enough to actually do that. I had one mounted right on top of the flight. Instead of here, I had it mounted on top of the flight deck itself on the shell, pointing down at the front screen. But it's an old little piece of garbage type camera. So it's really not up to snuff. You eat? Oh, you make? Oh, okay. Oh, so what? Oh, yeah. You want to give them to me? I'll take. Yeah. I'll try them. I think they would. Let's try that. My wife just bought me condoms for my earmuffs for the headset. My ears have been drying out, and I don't know if I have maybe an allergy to the ear cushions that are in this headpiece. So my wife went and picked up some covers. So we'll see. And she's actually cooking. You're making chicken, and are you making a chicken noodle dish with the butter? The one that you said before. Oh, I thought you were doing that tomorrow. Oh, all right. Yeah, tonight. All right. Sounds good to me. Let's see. I get in when? I got another 200 miles to go, so I'm in about another 25 minutes. So I got a ways to go. Cool. I thought I was going to be making a slice of frozen pizza or something, because I thought you were making that tomorrow. Does make them slide around too much, though, a little bit, I think. No, they do. But we'll see. All right, that's SLT. SLT 11.3. Fuel's right on the money. And we'll have 9.9 when we get in Newark now. Drop the pit. 79 miles to top of descent. 192 to go. So we're under 200 to go. So we are closing the gap. Oh, you have me on the main telly? on the big screen. Ooh, I made the big time. Cool, Sam. Yeah, Marshall's getting tough. Yeah, you ain't kidding. She is. Oh, I'm glad you appreciate the flow checklist. Yeah, I use that when I have people in the flight deck that want to turn everything on but just don't know how to do it. So we run through that flow. This one here. And there's a link down below. You can go download it, grab it if you want. It's based on the Boeing manuals themselves, the FCOMs. So it'll take you step by step as the pilot would memorize the flow. And then once you have that memorized, all you need really is the short checklist. You do everything, you know, you flow by memory, and then just hit the checklist to just make sure you didn't miss anything. I just have this because it's just so much easier instead of having two different ones, depending on who's in here. Yeah, new ear covers. We'll see how they work. They slide a little bit too much, but if it keeps my ears from drying out and getting itchy, they're sold. I'll be wearing them anyway. Oh yeah, the wife's been in the sim a couple of times. Airsoft. Oh yeah. Oh, my wife picked up this big bottle of cream that's made for diabetics. The thing works wonders on my dry feet. I just have to remember to keep putting it on, that's all, for a little while. That's my biggest problem, is remembering. Yeah, when you have to start reaching around for stuff, it makes a big difference. Because there's a lot of individuals, like I know the 737, I know the PMDG, but what they know is everything gets pulled to them to their front screen. You know, when they have to go to the aft overhead, it comes to them, right? The forward overhead comes to them. The pedestal comes up to them, to the monitor. Because I had a couple people in here, and they were like, and they got to think for a second. They're like, oh yeah, that's up here. Oh wait a minute, that's over here. So muscle memory plays a big role in this. After doing this for a little while, muscle memory begins to take over. Unless, of course, you have brain farts like I do because of that lesion, I guess. But yeah, they told me how lucky I was when I was a kid. I'll contact New York Center on 124.9 at United 2115. Good night. New York Center, United 2115, with you, flight level 330, inbound, FQuam. And that should be in range, and that's 112. Yeah, they used to tell me when I was growing up when I was a kid, because I had a whole bunch of pimples. Oh, your oily skin, you're going to love it when you get older. You're not going to have skin that dries out so much. Yeah, baloney. They got me then, and they get me on the back end too, man. That ain't funny. How did I get the cockpit in the house? This came in pieces. When I ordered the flight deck from Flightdeck Solutions, this came in sections. Like the pedestal was already pre-built, right? I had like a 6 or 8 month lead time from when I ordered. So this came in one section. The pedestal was in one section. Right, the MIP and the glass shield and all that with this was one section with the rudder pedals and the yokes already attached to the base, and then the back of the base came in 4 additional sections. Oh, nice. Clear the FQuam 3 arrival into New York when ready. Descend and maintain flight level 220. United 2115. That's pretty cool. That was new. Doing it at my discretion, and they're going to allow me to follow my charts. That's the way to do it. Oh, they said 220. What are you doing, Louis? So we got another 35 miles top of descent, 147 to go. And FQAM, we should have 10.8 on the fuel. We're 10.8 right now. 9.8 when we get in. Let's see. When do I get on that arrival chart? I don't want ORD. I want Newark. And that is the... Alright, FQAM. We're going to be on that chart at FQAM, just not on the moving map display. And from Stillwater, we can expect the vectors. We can head out to Broadway and then hang the left up toward Teterboro, since we're still further out west anyway, and then we'll swing the U-turn and come on down. Well, 270, 280 degree turn down to Newark. And we're looking at 121. And we're inbound Megs. Full motion sim? Yeah, man, that's the way to go. If you have the height to put a 6-way DOF in here on a platform, yeah, that's the way to go. I just don't know many companies out there. There's one or two that I looked at a long time ago that made platforms, you know, that were heavy duty, you know, to go with a flight deck like this to hold the weight and to be able to function. So it was like 10 or 12 grand if I remember correctly. And that might have been back then. It might be a little bit more now. I just don't have the ceiling height for it. This flight deck is 2.5 feet off the ground as it is right now because of all the linkage and everything underneath it on this, you know, aluminum frame. So it would probably have to come up, depending on how far the tilt was going to be. Just don't have the room. Plus, the throttle quad, I need computers and monitors first. And Shadow, like I said, just beat the crap out of any savings. So, all right, Sam. Have a good one. Thanks for stopping by, man. I appreciate it. All right, what are we looking at here? That's an hour and 25 minutes since we left the gate. Hour and 10 minutes since we left. We entered the runway. 10 miles to top of climb. Let's get them back in their seats. Oh, they've been in their seats the whole time. You dirty dog. Nancy's got to go to the bathroom. We got 120 miles now to Newark. Thought I turned those off. Oh, I turned them back on when we got hit with turbulence. Well, I hope they went to the bathroom before we hit turbulence. All right, Megs, we should have 10.5. We're 10.6 on the fuel. So we're looking pretty good. Fuel's not going to be an issue unless I can't put it down. So we're going to start our descent. I'll take the terrain now. You can have the weather. And we're good down at 22. Yes. All right, we'll be on that moving chart between Haid and Raki. I would say within 11 miles, I would say. So about 45 miles, we should be on that moving map display. Oh, you don't have any charts anyway. You're not seeing them because of my battery. Battery's almost there, though. My next ride, I should have charts back behind the seat. Oh, we got some city lights down there. Looking nice, and in the front a little bit. Not too much on the left, though. Definitely got some cloud cover out there. All right, at Haid, 10.5. We're at 10.5. And we've got 108 to go. And we're going to 122. And we we are inbound Rocky. You can come on down. We got a 70 knot tailwind, just about. Let's get some speed brake out there. There you go, that should be in range. And let's get set for the back end. Our decision height is going to be a deuce. Elevation is 17. Oh, we got some city lights down there now. 1087. 1087. And you can come on up. We'll give you a little speed break there, Louis. Yeah, see the right side's a little darker than the center. That's because of Laminar Research's X-Plane 12 networking isn't in sync. And I got a little bit of cloud cover on the right that I don't have in the center. I think maybe before X-Plane 12 comes to the end of its life, we'll get networking fixed. All right, so that's looking good. 1087, 1087, good, good.
Altimeter 30.17.
I descend to maintain 12,000, altimeter 30.17, United 2115. We'll go down to 12. And that is 3017. You know what? This is probably one of the best rides I've had from SayIntentions. From point A to point B. Other than that extended taxi they wanted to give us out, which we could have followed. This approach has been pretty good into Newark. That's an hour and a half from the gate. We've got 85 miles to go. Rocky, we should have 10.4 on the fuel, 10.4, 9.8 when we get in. Looking pretty good. All in all, it's been a great ride. All right, that's done. And the mist is in here. We're holding at 3 at Kilmer. Yes. Very good. Okay, get you back. You can come on up. And we're inbound pens. And we are on that chart now. That should be in range. Oh, city lighting looks pretty cool out that right window. I don't know if the camera's catching that, but beautiful, beautiful view. We got another 78 miles to end the flight now. It's been a pretty cool ride. And United did this ride in 2 hours and 1 minute. Right now, that's an hour and 31 minutes. Since we left, so we got a half hour to get in. Little peekaboo with the clouds there. It's nice when the clouds match all the way around, but when you get a mismatch, it just looks a little ridiculous. .51 knot headwind we've got, tailwind right now. Helping us out a little bit here. So at Stillwater, we can expect vectors for the final approach course. We're just going to follow the charts and this way you'll have a nice view out that right window. So from Penn's we're going to head Stillwater to Broadway. Then Broadway we're going to hang the left up to Patron. Patron gets us right by Teterboro. See the mismatch due to the clouds? And let's have a peek now. Alright, bleed air panel is set to auto. Pressurization panel landing altitude is in. Passenger signs are on. Yeah, they've been on alright. Auto brake selector is set. Flight instruments and radios are set. So nav radios are set. Course selectors is set. Land altitude is set. Decision height is set. Local pressure is in. That's all looking pretty good. And the altimeter is set for local pressure. Recall, we got a clean board. Landing data VREF at minimums. And we're good. We're coming into the buck 43. How long to landing? Air soft. Well, we got another 60 miles to go. So we're doing it 10:05. About 14 minutes. Rather nice view. Hopefully the camera's picking that up.
United 2115, contact Newark approach on 127.6.
Contact Newark approach on 127.6, United 2115. Good night. Newark approach, United 2115 with you. 15,000 descending to 12,000. Inbound suite.
United 2115, Newark approach. Good morning, Newark Liberty, altimeter 30.15. Expect the ILS runway 22 left approach into Newark Liberty.
Altimeter 3015. Expect ILS runway 22 left approach into Newark Liberty. United 2115. Alright, that's sweet. Sweet is 10-3, 10-3. Beautiful. 50 miles to go now. So at Broadway, we got a left coming up here. Going to head up towards Teterboro. And then we're going to swing that right-hand turn down into Newark. And we're going to 86 now. Pretty decent view out that left window. Little peekaboo with the clouds in the front look nice.
United 2115, descend and maintain 2,000.
Descend and maintain 2,000, United 2115.
United 2115, turn left, heading 060 vector
Negative.
for the ILS runway 22 left approach.
Well, I can see this is where they get a little mixed up. Turn left, heading 060 vectors for the ILS run approach to 22 left, United 2115. We're going to continue with the charts. It's where they get a little mixed up. I mean, they may have their own way of bringing us in, but I'd rather follow the charts in. All right, our speed's coming down to 240 and then down to below 210. So far, Zibo's been pretty much right on the money. This entire ride's been great, other than the taxi. And like I said, I could have did that taxi as well. Would have been great. It's 250 knots. We're at 10,000 now. All right, 10,000. Exterior lights check set. We are good. Engine start selectors to continuous and EFIS panel. I'm already set for terrain. That's coming into range now. Hope you're enjoying that view. Oh, you like the night lighting there, chap? Oh, great. But for those of you that may not like that night lighting, just keep in mind that the night lighting edits you see out there, that's on me. Those are my night lighting edits that I'm using. Whoa, we just had a flicker there. What was that? There's a big time flicker on that monitor. But the night lighting that you're going to see out there, that's mine. Those are my night lighting edits. So I went in there and made a whole bunch of changes inside X-Plane to get this look. And I'm also using reshade right now. Although you don't need reshade to run this. But if you run X-Plane and you do like the lighting, there's a link down below. You can go grab it. I'll contact New York Approach on 125.7, United 2115. Good night. New York Approach, United 2115, with you, descending through 7900 for 2000, inbound Patron.
United 2115, New York Approach, good morning, Newark, Liberty, altimeter 30.16.
Altimeter 3016, United 2115. Pretty cool ride. So we're going to have a little bit of a crosswind when we get into 22 left. All right, we're just about done with that chart. Let's bring up the approach into 22 left. 22 left. ILS or localizer is what we're looking for. And we're coming in from Patron to Zico to Buzzed, and we're on our way in. Alright. So Newark is basically at our 9 o'clock position right now.
Cleared for the ILS runway 22 left approach.
I proceed direct Zapai, cleared for the ILS 22 left approach, United 2115. Yeah, we're getting bounced a little bit here in the weather. Alright, hopefully we're going to break out of these clouds here and have a decent view on the way in. So from Patron, we're going to make a right-hand turn, swing over Teterboro, and then make the right-hand turn, come on down. Teterboro, that's the first airport that I flew out of in the real world. I had my first lesson there. Little mom and pop Part 61 school. That was a very long time ago. And my wife is making dinner, man. I thought I was on my own tonight. I thought she was making that chicken dish tomorrow. Yeah, she found a recipe for some chicken in a white cream sauce with butter with egg noodles. Oh, looking forward to it. She's usually pretty good when she puts those concoctions together. Oh, yeah, look at the city lighting just pop out there. Very nice. And again, if you don't like that night lighting, that's on me. Those are my edits. I might have a little too much color in the right one there. I'll have to check when there's no weather involved because sometimes they have a little bit of haze on one of them. And 163. And I can't tell the difference, but It looks like that might have just a little bit too much color. Yeah, I'm definitely eating like it's first class. There's no doubt about that, Airsoft. You know what? I'm going to slow down. We're going to enjoy this view, man. We're going to enjoy this view. Get that speed down quick here. Come on. We're going to enjoy this. Here we got Newark out in the distance. Leftovers? Oh, you didn't start yet. Oh, okay. I'm on my way in anyway. I'm going to be in about another 10 minutes or so. It don't matter. All right, that can come on up. Give me flaps 1. Let's start slowing down. Get the nose down. Drag required. You're a little late, pal. And we go right to 5, actually. All right, we're on that chart now. We're on the approach chart, right on the money. And we need to be at Ezeki at 3,000. We're at 3,200 right now, descending ever so gently. Beautiful. Give me flaps 10. Oh, Manhattan looks great out the front window. Beautiful. No, I'm not sure, Airsoft. There's a couple individuals that have volunteered to help me, so once they confirm that it's all set up, I'll let everybody know that we got sound for the in-flight movies. All right, and we're going to 218. All right. Actually, we're going to go right to 225. And what are we holding at? We're holding at 3. Contact Liberty Tower 118.3, United 2115. Good night. Liberty Tower, good evening, United 2115. With you, 9 mile final, 22 left. And let's pick up the localizer, and we can even pick up the approach. Beautiful ride. And let's have the gear. Great ride. Me 15. And we're going to slow all the way up now. You should have a really great view. 25. And flaps 30. Newark Liberty United 2115 with you, 7 mile final, 22 left. They didn't acknowledge me, did they? No.
United 2115, Newark Liberty International Airport Tower, winds 265 at 9er, runway 22 left, clear to land.
Clear to land, 22 left, United 2115. I didn't think they answered me. All right, lights, engine start selectors, auto brake, speed brake, landing gear, flaps, and they have been notified. 10 notifications complete, speed brake is on, landing gear is down. We've got 3 green, flaps are set for landing. All righty. All right, everybody, I hope you enjoyed that ride. View looks pretty good from here. And my bird. I'll take control now. Thank you. Yeah, a little bit of trim here. Trim. Whoa, 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 whoa. I'm gonna have to take a look at that too. Auto throttle on the back end. Shouldn't have did that. That puppy down and speed. Where'd my speed go here, Louie? That's what I want right there. Give me that number. I want to keep an eye on that. All right, we're back in the groove now. Wow, Newark's lit up beautifully. Yeah, we're back in the groove here. We got a 10-knot crosswind whacking us right now.
Approaching 22 left.
winds are starting to swing around a little bit now. Beautiful view right here. Wow. Nice. Continue. Prepare for landing. You should not show extended there, Louis.
50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Whoa, easy there, Louis. Winds aren't that strong. Welcome to Newark. Don't stay too long, you may glow in the dark. Going to ground, 121.8, United 2115. Good night. Ooh-wee.
Remaining.
That was a beautiful ride. And TA test. And let me bring up that other screen. And we'll stop short right here. All right, let's get configured here. That's good. That's on test. That's all looking pretty good. We're on ground, 121.8. Where are we going? I Newark ground. Good evening, United 2115 at hotel. Looking to go to Alpha 25.
United 2115, Newark Liberty International Airport ground, taxi to A25 via November, cross runway 04 left, then A10. Have a good day.
I'll clear the taxi to Alpha 25 via November, cross runway 4 left, then Alpha 10. Have a good night. All right, so that's looking pretty good. So this is all done. APU is up and running. Let's get on the APU already here. All right. That's all looking pretty good, and that's looking good. We can actually kill number 2. Now let's head on in. And we're cleared across, and then we're over to Alpha. Gonna see if I can do something about the flickering on this taxi light. A little bit of flicker going on there.
Approaching 4 left.
Electric, and next is going to be hydraulics. And what do we want? We want Alpha. Yep, here we are. Right. Yep. Alpha 10. Want to spot any spot? Let's have a peek here while we're on our way in. Exterior lights as needed. We have a logo, position, and taxi. That's fine. APU is up and running. Your damper switch is off. Window heat switches are off. Probe heat switches are off. Engine wing, any ice as needed, they're off. Engine start selectors, they're off. Auto brake is down. Speed brake is up. That's hydraulics, yes. Flaps are up. Transponders, TA auto, weather radar is set to test. That's good. And I think someone's in our gate. Somebody's in our gate.
0, Mach decimal 8 is 0.
So that was what, 137 from runway to runway. They did this in 201. Right now it's 153. So we're a little early. We'll take it. Someone's in our spot though. Someone's in our spot, so I think that spot's open there. We'll take that spot there. Right, what did I say, 52? Alpha 52 in the gate. There's 54. Yep. Alright, we're going to come in here and take this right here. United parking over here anyway, so. Yeah, I got to work on the taxi lights, no doubt about it. Definitely got to work on the taxi lights. A little bit too bright. There you go. Hey, 61. There you go. We'll go into 61. We want 61. Oh, somebody's there. No, nobody's there. We'll take 61. We'll take 61. Why not? See how the gate disappears on the left and right monitors, but it's there on the center? Pretty sad. Pretty sad there, Laminar. Oh, the marshal's behind the freaking post there. No wonder why I can't see him. Yeah, I'm coming, pal. I'm coming. I just spotted you. Okay, I lost you, so we're going to stop right there. Any collision and let him run around. All right, now, let me have you. I hope you enjoyed that ride. And the night lighting. I got to go take a look and see what it looks like for you guys. I made all the adjustments in here for me, so. And it looks pretty good. Ground services, GPU, set the chocks, ASU, doors, open those doors. All right, chocks are in position. We can lose the brake. Ground power is available. We'll get on ground power, confirm. We'll get on unconditioned air here. And we never even switched over. So that is good like that. APU, you can come off. Off. And you're on standby. Let's have another peek. Electrical power, ground power, APU. We're on ground power. Bleed air, we're set for unconditioned air. The APU bleed is off. Left and right packs to auto. Isolation valve is open. Fuel levers are set to cut off. Let's see, anti-collision light is off. Passenger signs are off. Fuel pump switches are off. Electrical panel check set galley power is off. Window heat switches are off. Hydraulic pumps electric 2 and 1 are off. Flight director switches are off. Chocks in position. Brakes are off. And that's a wrap. I don't know if I'm going to get another ride in after dinner, but I'm going to leave this like this, sitting at Newark, and maybe I'll get another ride in. If not, I will catch everybody on my next run tomorrow, more than likely. And for everybody that was here, I hope you enjoyed the view of the flight. I always enjoyed the company and the conversation along the way with my friends. And I will catch everybody on my next run. So let's see, what did I miss here? Alright, I saw the invite for Discord. I saw the night lighting. Eating like a king, yeah, I saw that. Alright, I got that. Hey, Paul, how's it going, man? I hope you're having a good day or a good night for you. Nice ride. Oh, thanks, Jones. I appreciate that. Nice landing. Thanks, Aerosoft. And hey, Mike, I've been up since 1:40. Gonna go take a nap. There you go. Go have a nap, man. I hear you. I might nap before dinner myself. So, all right, everybody. Take care, and I will catch you on my next run. Thanks for being with me. Oh, look at this. We got icing conditions popping up here. Ooh.
Flight 109, contact center 126.45. KEWR 39, cross Aqaba, higher above the 3000, clear to RNAV, GPS, runway approach, Rocket Inc.
Heading 2567, red appointment 11 miles of Asimo, Houston, Asimo 5 Delta 7060 unit 1023. Heading 2567, cancel speed restrictions, maintain high speed on descent, 290 knots for greater, until passing flight level 160. Break 2567, continue descent, Asimo 5 Delta 7000.